Hey guys, what's going on? I'm revisiting Todd Rampe's Wealth Builders Institute, in particular his triple sync logic. And the big question is this worth $10,000? It's very difficult to find out how much this guy is charging for it, but I've been researching recently and looking through the different reports, and people are saying that it's basically one of these situations where you have to call and ask how to get this triple sync logic, and on the call you get a high pressure sales essentially where they ask you all these different questions about what's your plan, how much capital do you have, all this kind of thing. And then you seem to get pitched on a particular customized plan, which usually includes some training courses. I think weekly calls where you get to ask questions and they discuss like some more of the actual techniques behind the program. But really at the core of it, what you're buying is the triple sync logic indicator system. And you've probably seen these ads on YouTube, Facebook. It's this guy right here, Todd Rampe. And usually he's taking a cup of coffee and walking into his office in the ads and just saying, hey, I'm about to make $1,000 this morning. And he'll come back out and be like, I just made $1,000 and using my triple sync logic software and training. So he's in Vegas. He founded a company called Wealth Builders Institute. And really, it's supposed to be a lot of training on options trading, but the main part of it seems to be this triple sync logic software, which is only for TradeStation. So I didn't realize that, but it's just for TradeStation. At least that's my understanding through my research recently. And so apparently you do get 12 hours of teaching and coaching with that as well. And it basically is a piece of software which picks market reversal points and indicates to you that you should probably buy at this point. And in order to take advantage of a reversal in the market, which is pretty standard trading technique. And I think it's quite interesting to see some of the things that he does. So one of the things that I disagree with is that this is some sort of magical bullet. A lot of these programs are all very similar. I've tested a lot. One of my favorite is LuxAlgo. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get LuxAlgo Premium. This is the review that I've written on LuxAlgo. It seems to do just everything just as well as the triple sync logic software. You can get it for $100 for 3 months though, as opposed to somewhere between 5 and 11,000 is the highest that I've seen for the triple sync logic program, depending on what you get pitched basically. LuxAlgo is awesome. If you use my code STA30 here, you can get it for, like I said, $100 for 3 months, which is pretty amazing, given that it's super powerful. And I've done so many reviews and videos on this. A lot of them are in this article right here that you can see. Also, you can just look through my channel and you'll see plenty of videos on my experiences with it and how good it is. So my big question is, what makes LuxAlgo any less powerful than the triple sync logic program that Todd Rampe is promoting really heavily? And it costs around $10,000 as opposed to $100 for 3 months. So you can see here, this is a little booklet you can download from the Wealth Builder Institute site, and it basically talks about what this does. And basically the first thing to talk about is this H pattern, which to me looks more like a double bottom. So you'll see in a minute. And so basically they're just saying it's big money causing a sell-off, or smart money is dropping the price, and then they try and get back in a cheaper price, and then it goes back up, and that's what causes this buyback. So really simple technical analysis here, right? The idea that there's a head fake going on, and that the retail investors get scared, and then they go back in, and their triple sync logic program indicates when that's going to happen, which is great, except when you look at LuxAlgo, which again, if you use my coupon code, is only $100 for 3 months. You can find that in this premium review here. You get an indicator when the price is reversing anyway, and that's just one of many customizable indicators that are on LuxAlgo that don't cost $10,000. So again, it's getting hard to justify this based on just predicting bottoms. So there's lots of other systems and ideas, simple bounces off moving averages and stuff that could do probably as good a job. I can see why they're calling this the H pattern now. You can see this H that they're showing with this head fake, and then the skyrocketing of this. So this is one of their things. It's called triple sync logic because it does 3 different patterns. And the 3 different patterns are the TSL1, the TSL2, and the turn bar dots. I found out what the TSL1 is and put it here. So the TSL1 triple sync logic pattern that the program predicts is it's an oscillator. Of course, there's dozens of free oscillators out there, and then there's the Lux Algo oscillator suite, which is really, really powerful. And so this on itself is really, this is not worth $10,000. I don't recommend anybody spending $10,000 on a program, even if they add some teaching in there. To me, it's just not going to be worth it. It's a lot of money for stuff you can get a lot cheaper. So they do have some, like I said, the training. They talk about how to pick the ones that will work, different stocks to trade. Apparently, the reviews are quite good on Trustpilot. And a lot of people, I think, don't trust Trustpilot, but I do. I've used Trustpilot for one of my own websites, and it was actually very difficult. Like, I couldn't really go in and fake the reviews, even if I'd wanted to. I sort of learned about the system a little bit and realized it's a fairly good system. I do trust it for the most part. However, there's only been 21 reviews, which isn't very much given how much money these guys are spending on ads and how well established Wealth Builders Institute actually is. But reading some of the reviews, they are actually pretty good. So people saying that it works, takes a bit of work though, that's the usual sort of thing. A lot of people get caught out by thinking that an indicator program like Lux Algo or this one, you can just kind of don't have to do anything, you just buy and sell blindly. That's not true. You usually have to tailor things for your own confluence settings and things, so it takes a bit of work to set things up and testing and stuff. So, but the guys that did that, they do seem to like it. They do seem to say it's high caliber and there's integrity here. The staff are good and helpful. And there's only a couple of really kind of negative reviews. Basically, it looks like Todd uses $500,000 trading account and makes a few $1,000s a day, up to about $10,000 a day. So there definitely, if it's true, there's definitely potential here for some significant income. But that's the same with anybody who has $500,000 to trade options and do it well, right? You're going to make quite a few $1,000s a day. Very happy student. The day I joined W was a watershed moment. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, overall, like, seems to be pretty positive. There's a couple of bad reviews here. Basically saying some of the training is kind of tedious because it's a lot of beginners. And talking about TradeStation is actually the signals. Haven't seen anybody say the signals don't work very well though, so that's good. This guy does say though that a lot of the analysis is post-analysis and looking back it's pretty obvious and things. So usually, the usual sort of stuff. I wouldn't say there's anything particularly negative here. In the trading world, you tend to get very polarized results, right? So some people get really mad, especially given that these people are paying quite a few $1,000s. Again, it's not fully disclosed how much it costs to get this triple sync logic software, but it's definitely at least $5,000 to $11,000 is what I've seen. But again, they only deal with you on a call, so even if you go to their triplesynclogic.com help site, and one of the questions is how much does the triple sync logic program cost? They won't tell you. They just waffle and waffle. So it's kind of interesting. They do suggest that you use at least $8,000 to $10,000 of capital for this, which is also interesting. It's not very much, but it's it means people with $1,000 probably shouldn't be looking at any of this. But again, I really don't see the need for triple sync logic. I would go with something like Lux Algo. It's way cheaper. It's really powerful. You can add different indicators that mimic, what these proprietary indicators on triple sync logic actually have. So for example, here I can add the oscillator matrix, like right here. And so we make this bigger. These are various different, I haven't done a full review on this latest oscillator package. I did one before, but they've changed it a lot since. But these waves are showing big money. So as the big money sort of switches off here, you could expect a downturn in price. And there's a lot to this. But again, it's complex, but it can be refined really nicely so that you end up having something that really works for you. and doesn't cost $10,000 up front with potentially no refunds, although I don't know exactly what the refunds policy is, because it's actually very difficult to find like any information on how to buy this thing without having to put your email in and schedule some sort of call with these guys at Todd Rampe's Wealth Builders Institute. So let's see, how can I purchase it? So here we go. So schedule a call with our program advisor. That's how you have to do it. When you book a call, you'll also be sent a free informational PDF. And so most of the reviews that I do on this channel and on my blogs and things, nine times out of 10 I'm a member and I've done the program. There are a couple of times where I won't because I can't see the risk reward there, right? So I'm not going to spend $10,000 and risk not getting a refund on a program that doesn't seem to stand out. But I still think it's worth doing videos like these, where again I go through some of the different parts of this, just in case you guys see this come up in your ads on Facebook or on YouTube, and just kind of draw your attention to a few different things like I'm doing here. So I have started to write up a blog post review of this stuff. Overall, I don't think it's a bad system, but I really would go with something like LuxAlgo instead. You can see the signals are reliable and customizable, and it has all the components that the proprietary indicators that Wealth Builders Institute has. So hopefully this review is helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.